Not just hands, but hearts entwined. In storms or sun, your strength is mine.
Okay, welcome to Between Breaths, a sanctuary by Neon Echoes. I'm Naya. I design programs for Neon Wellness, creating a safe space for women to slow down, breathe, and soften to come back to themselves in a world that's always rushing. So with me today is Amira. I've known Amira for a few years now. We go back to my very first event not my very first event, basically one of the few events I had probably three years ago.
Yeah,
4 years
old
ago.
as Arifa. So she's turning 3 next month, so 3.
3 years ago. Yeah, so we did like a mom and baby yoga event with all the other moms around. So that's when I first met Amira for the first time. So after the event, I think we kind of naturally built a bond.
Connected.
Yeah, correct. We created like a bond. We kind of connected with each other, and then there are certain moments where we actually share some stories with one another. We kind of relate to each other quite a lot.
Yep.
Then so after the event, after connecting, we met for a few other events. We did one Good Girls Gang run together. Then you also came with Arifa for one private session over at my place. That was fun. So 3 years of knowing Amira, I've known her as someone who is very high driven. Someone who actually sets intention for something, and then she actually makes an effort to really put herself into it, and then get things done. I've seen her doing, based on her Instagram, and when we connect, I've seen her going all out for her clients. I'll get her to share a bit more about her work and life in a bit. And then she also set time apart from her job to actually have an Arifa day, which is her daughter. Arifa's her daughter. So she sets time to just spend the whole day with her daughter on like a weekly basis. Something that I'm very inspired by, because I'm always the mom that is always, as and when I have time, I'll just do things. But for her, it's amazing because she sets time on a weekly basis to actually spend the whole day with her daughter, despite everything else that she's juggling with. So maybe, Amira, you can tell us a bit about yourself. So just share with us about what you do, and then, on a daily basis.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Amira. Thank you, Naya, for introducing me. I'm a mom of a beautiful daughter who's turning 3 in January 2026. And then I'm working full-time as a financial consultant. And at the same time, apart from these 2 full-time jobs, out of work, I'm getting back, regaining my momentum on my fitness postpartum, right after like maybe almost 2 years of not being active in keeping fit. So I'm just trying to get back into my zone now. So juggling that with work and also motherhood.
Nice. So anyway, Amira also recently did a half marathon. She completed her half marathon. She set her intention early this year, I think. Right? Early this
that
year,
was like
right?
April, I think. Like, it wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was just a random.
It was a random, yeah. And then
Then
she dragged me in.
Then I caught her, which she ditched me anyway.
I didn't ditch. I gave her moral support.
But she did high rocks lah, so so I had to do it alone lah.
Okay. And she completed, okay? And I actually checked her virtually. I didn't abandon her.
She checked in with me. How's your half marathon?
Yeah, regular checks, regular updates. Every time she posts about things getting a bit difficult, I am there, that cheerleader.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So like I said, Amira is quite a high-performing, driven woman, I would say, based on, everything that she's going through. She is going through, I would say that she is someone who really, I don't know whether I should say this, but she's someone who sets quite a high expectation of herself, and then she makes sure that she does it actually. So even through failures and setbacks, she keeps coming back, I feel, and then keeps going for it, regardless of what's happening, or fail, setbacks. She's there to keep going lah, I would say. So Amira, maybe you just want to share me a bit, being that high performing driven woman while also juggling with motherhood. how do you actually cope mentally and emotionally with all this happening? Like, you know, how do you, I don't know whether balance is the right word, but how do you actually, you know, balance this out emotionally and mentally? Because we know that sometimes, I think most mothers go through this where, you know, when you have a job and then you know you have a kid, finding that balance sometimes can be a bit difficult. And there are days where it feels just super hard, where, you know, you just, for me lah, personally, there will always be days where I'm like, I can't do this, man. So I just want to know, how do you actually, you know, kind of like cope this mentally and emotionally on those difficult days, especially?
I think first and foremost, we have to also recognize that as a working mom, like when you juggle work and also being a mom, they are two equally full-time jobs, mentally and emotionally demanding. And like, to me, as a financial consultant, while I always say that every job is very difficult, no job is tired, no job is not tiring, no job is stressful, but with the job that I'm in, it's actually very high level of pressure, because like people constantly demand our attention. People constantly want, like, Amira, I need help with this, I need help with that, and I'm talking about life and death matter, because this is people putting their and what do you call that, like giving me their life to me in essence, because I literally hold their contract where upon their death, then like this is the money that I'm holding for them. So there is that pressure and that responsibility to ensure that I deliver to my clients. And I think in like something I also is an amanah lah. It's a very high role to take care of, and like I really need to take care of this properly. So with all these emotions and set aside, there's my role to make sure that I'm there for my daughter and also my husband, my family. And while you ask me like how do I do this, first and foremost, I'm very selfish. I'm very, very selfish about to take care of myself first. And because I know that if I take care of myself first, then everything else will be taken care of. And then I'm very, very selfish in the sense that I need to pour into my own cup first before I can pour into others, because I can't pour from an empty cup, because when I'm pouring from an empty cup, that's when like I get very overstimulated. That's where like I feel very in disequilibrium, not emotionally grounded, not emotionally regulated. So I need to focus on myself first. And how I do it, I think I thrive on routines. I think you can agree also, like we all have like routines. Okay, Monday morning yoga, mat, and then like sessions. So I do that like intentionally. I set my time weekly routines. Of course, now at this point, my daughter is still not in primary school yet. It might change, of course, like because then school hours will change. Then that's for later. But whatever that works now is kind of working for me. Of course, do I have to sacrifice here and there? Definitely. I make sacrifices here and there. I can't have the best of both worlds, but it has to work in my optimum level for me. So I thrive on calendar routines. So like certain days like you mentioned just now, yes, my Thursdays are really reserved to be with my daughter. So it's very sacred.
I love that.
I do not entertain clients. I mean, maybe I do if my daughter is asleep or what. I don't entertain messages on that day, and I make it very, very clear. I post it up online so that people know that they respect my time, and I will respect your time too. So it has been working out for me, this momentum. So I have slots where I go for my runs, for my fitness, making time to exercise, and then like at least 3 times a week, then spending time with my family. So all these things are factors that will ground me and keep me emotionally in check. However, of course, I must give thanks to my husband, because if not for his blessing to allow me to do this job, I wouldn't be where I am today. If he doesn't allow me to do my first half marathon, I wouldn't have been thriving and be emotionally or maybe physically very fit now. Because I tell this to him, and I would tell this to everyone also, future husbands, like when you take care of your wife will be able to take care of everything for you. It's very
100%.
it's very overstimulating, but really when like the husband just need to take care of the wife, we will take care of the child, we will take care of the meal, we will take care of the groceries, don't worry.
Correct.
You just need to take care of us, and like and we'll do everything to our 100% lah. Like we just need to know what's our role in the marriage, and then like I will do and deliver my best. So I have a balance of and of course I spend time of course need to focus on the hereafter lah, like you know all this, so which I do not post because like these things are a bit sacred lah.
Correct,
So,
yes.
so I put that everything is in balance. Everything has to be in balance.
Yeah, agree. And I would say that I agree with the part that being selfish is probably helping us to bring balance also, you know. And thanks to our husband for allowing us to be selfish in a way, right? Because this selfishness actually, selfish as in we prioritize ourselves first. Like you say, we can't pour from an empty cup. So when our cup is at least full or half filled that day because something happened, you know, sometimes it's just half filled, but you know that then you can actually share it with others. Yeah, I completely agree with that. So I would say, you know, juggling with motherhood and work sometimes requires you to be a bit selfish. I like the part where you say when you have that Thursday Arifah day, you ensure that you try not to entertain work so much. Probably something I need to learn also, because sometimes when it comes to juggling, I find it a bit tough. Yeah, so that's something that very useful. So yeah, so with that being said, because you recently joined us in our Quiet Flow event on the 30th of November, our past Quiet Flow event. So probably when you said that you try not to fill from an empty cup, is that right to say that's why you choose to join us for that Quiet Flow? Or okay, I mean, I know that it was like a bestie competition, but in a way you do have the intention to actually join us into the event, right? So what made you want to actually join us for that Quiet Flow? What intrigued you to actually come and join us in Quiet Flow 1.0?
First and foremost, because it's led by my favorite yoga instructor. So of course I want to support her. And I think like the thing about like choosing where you want to be, I also thrive on vibes. Like I see I can connect with someone and like, hey, this is the people that I want to work with, or this is the people that I want to make friends with from, because all the likes attract. So because it's at the event, everybody knows wants something probably out of the event. So definitely that's probably why I go to. And then second is my life is so chaotic. Like it's so hectic, it's so noisy, like everybody's demanding for me, my child demands me, my husband and my clients, and I need time away. And I think quietness, stillness is something that I really appreciate amidst the noise, so that when I get out again, then I can go on another 100%. I can keep going on 100% again and again and again. Okay. I just need that quiet time, solitude to myself, and I think that's what, from how the marketing is, that's why it made me want to attend the event.
Nice. Firstly, I want to talk about vibes. Because like you said, you know, I think it's very important that we attend something that we want to do for ourselves. It's very important that the vibe match lah. Because we can be coming to an event or, you know, a class, and then you know that it doesn't match with your vibes. It can be a bit
off-put.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Okay, so what actually surprised you the most during that Quiet Flow event? Like, was there something that was out of something that you didn't expect to experience on that day? Was there anything? I mean, like, you know, when we say a yoga session, we know that it's a very typical yoga session where we'll move, we will breathe. Typically, if you go for a yoga class, there is breathing, there's yoga movements, and then we go into, like, you know, savasana to come into stillness. But was there something that was a bit more extraordinary compared to, you know, the typical classes that we attend outside? Something that surprised you maybe?
In case you don't know about me, my personality, I'm someone who's very eye for details.
Okay.
So I take very, very close note of how is it right from the very beginning.
Ooh, okay.
So like how I feel from the start, from the reception to being guided by the usher, and to me, I really know, I can tell that the events team really put in so much details to this. There's so much touch points to everything, which made it like very I would say I enjoyed myself lah, right from the very beginning. And like I thought it was then and there already, so it was done. And like, no, we were served with a cup of nice warm, what's it lah? What's passion fruit? Like, it was so good.
Tea, yeah.
Like, and then the space, the vibes, the lightings, it was all very specific to the details. Like I was looking out at it lah, like because I'm that. So for me, like I really see the effort and really good job to the team lah. Like,
Thank you. My team will be very happy to hear this actually.
Yeah.
Because we do actually put in a lot of effort,
Yeah.
not only on the class, but on the ambience as well, the lightings, the service that we actually give out, from that ushering in, the reception. We wanted to give like I would say first class service lah to the participants.
I
that
love
come.
that. Even though I was in the economy lah, not the first class lah. But
Inshallah.
it was good enough. Really, it was really good enough. And like, macam it was so thought through. And I know when it comes to events, it's always almost not recognized. Like the effort behind the thing, it's almost always forgotten. Because people will just forgot. Like the audience will just forget. Oh, okay. Even then, okay, I'm just gonna go home. I got what I need, and there's not enough recognition given to the people behind, and I really need, really give it to you guys lah.
Thank you, appreciate this, because as much as the event was in a way the class was conducted by me, but yes, it's actually those team behind me that actually make all this happen. The lighting, the works that they actually put in. It wasn't only my work, it comes with the whole team behind me actually. Yeah, so thank you for giving the recognition actually.
Of course.
Alright, so moving on. So during the event, right, or maybe post event or during the session itself, was there anything that perhaps I wouldn't want to say trigger, but something that maybe your body tells you that your mind has been ignoring? It could be any trigger points, any thoughts, any feelings, you don't have to go personal, but was there any moment during that whole session that, something maybe clicked, something maybe happened? Or was it just like something very relaxed and letting go?
I think for context, right, the session was held a week right before I went for my half marathon. So to me, like, it was so apt that like I can just go there and relax lah. Although my knowledge, Naya is not someone who will always relax in her yoga session.
Okay, wait, before that, someone came for the session on that day and she said that she was ready to shower after the event. Because usually for my session, people will sweat lah. People will sweat. So she's like, babe, you know that when I come for the event, right, I was thinking after this I need to shower because I confirm sweat. But then, so that's why I always say Neon is a bit, for Neon wellness program, it's a bit different. We help you to do releasing and everything, but in a more gentle approach lah, because I want it to be a session for everyone. Basically, whether you are a beginner, you're an advanced, or you have never done yoga before, the idea here is to basically build that sanctuary for everyone to come in, not really just to work out, not really for just physical matter, but more of helping them to release. Hi, this is my cat Lulu. Helping them to release mentally and emotionally as well. We want them to, have that safe space to actually release, let go, embrace anything that comes in their way lah. So it's not really like a sweat session. You will sweat a bit because the flow will require a bit of some power movements inside still. But the idea is to really more of helping women to come back home to themselves again. Yeah, especially those busy, tight schedule women, high driven women. So we really want to build a sanctuary where you can just be, you can just let go, you can just release. So in that session, it's like a mini holiday for you to just focus on you. You don't have to bring any of your future and past worries and problems with you on that moment. We just want to help you to do that releasing, so that when you leave that space, you are basically ready to face the world again. Yeah.
I think because I also know how to appreciate how to release so that I can come back to equilibrium again. So I come in with a mindset that I'm ready to release already. So it was to me it got easier. I just got a bit more fun, but I think like I couldn't keep up. At some point, I'm like, oh my god, why is it so fast? Like, I couldn't keep up with it. Then I was just like, you know what? Let me just do what I can based on my interpretation, because I was probably probably about to go to sleep also with the lighting. So like whatever it is, I just went with whatever my body requires me to stretch. And I know for the longest time my body requires a bit more strengthening, and like when training for half marathon, like we've been doing so much long distance, like there's something that's maybe pain somewhere else, and I think I know yoga is a very like whole body, not even a workout, it's really just stretching and making sure that everything is being stretched, so which is needed as a long distance runner, because like we run for long hours.
Correct.
So
the high intensity.
It's very high
There'll
intensity.
be knots here, knots there, you know, because of all the high intensity movement.
Yeah.
So bringing yourself to pause, to calm down, it would be a perfect way to actually recharge. Yeah.
And I mean, it reminds me to like be more intentional. I think I posted this on Instagram also. Like after that, I also remember like, okay, you know what? Now that like I accomplished what I wanted to, maybe I'm definitely gonna find something in 2026 crazy thing to do.
She will.
Of course. Just that I'm gonna be more intentional to strengthen my body and like to practice yoga again, because I think I've been kind of like put it aside this year because of whatever things I have to prioritize on. So being intentional to put in time for this, so that like I wanna, at the end of the day, our body needs to use for long, man. Like,
correct. Yeah.
I mean, after going through birth, postpartum, that messes up everything.
Agree. Mothers can relate. So it's about longevity also lah. We just want to hold this body for the longest time to be able to, you know, still move, still get on with our life.
Yeah, I want to be 75 and like just like sweeping out my grandchild, man.
Not. Yeah, you're right. I like the fact that you actually bring up about, you know, being more intentional with your whatever lah. Basically, it doesn't only have to be a workout, with everything else in life, you know, whether you are at home, whether you're at work, being a bit more intentional with everything that we do. That's a very nice thing, and what yoga promotes also, being very, very intentional with what we do, what we think, how we move, how we breathe. So it helps us to bring a bit more balance as well. Yeah. So the next part I wanted to ask, actually, probably what you shared already, but maybe you have something else to share, I don't know. Maybe was there anything that changed you after the event? Anything changes after the event, you know, after our quiet flow? I mean, apart from preparing for the half marathon that's coming in like 6 days later, so was there anything, I don't know, whether there's a shift in releasing the body, in the mindset, in your thoughts, or, you know, coming out of the class and then feel that I'm probably ready for something else? Anything shifted?
I think that I answered this previously. Like, I want to be intentional to practice yoga in 2026, so that my body could go. I mean, like, I just want to strengthen my body again. Yeah, so I want to work on the core of my body so that I can do even more.
Perfect.
Can't promise what I'm going to do lah. I'll keep that a secret.
Full marathon.
I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I think that is really it. I think that's just what I want to do a bit more, like making sure that I set time. I mean, because like you say, I'm driven, right? So with intentions, it will drive my motive. So.
Yes, inshallah. I believe so. Yeah. I think that if you are driven and then you set it right with intention as well, I think it helps us to achieve our goals a bit more easier. Not say easier, but we are a bit more focused lah. We bring in a bit more focus to the intention that we set, so we can get closer to our goals. Hopefully, 2026 for the both of us.
We'll see.
Alright, so before we come to an end, maybe you just want to share with us something that you would like to say to someone who is probably feeling the same way as you do, as I do as well. You know, being a woman, being a mother, being someone who works. It doesn't only have to be a mother lah. You can just be holding out a job that is very, you know, stressful, that demands a lot out of us. So what would you like to tell them? Any message to pass to them?
Ever since I started my journey of self-healing, in healing my inner child, I think there's so much emotional trauma that I hold, like my body holds. I know that some parts are needed to be released, and if you are going through whatever that is it that you're going through, I would call you, I would implore you, strongly encourage you to just sit down and introspect, and just like, you need to find something that's inside you. Like, this thing is so innate that only you have the answer to find what is it that you are trying to heal, what is it that you are trying to overcome. It could be as simple as fear, and then like when you face that head on face that head on with that whatever situation that you like to go over, and then you realize that, hey, I think your body will naturally direct you to what you need to do, and always listen to your body, because trust your body. I listen to my body, I work strong, or rather like I move, how my shift and how my schedule moves is according to nature. So like females, we always have like luteal phases. Listen to what nature is telling you. Listen to your body needs, because it's your responsibility. So when you feel like you're stressed, take a break.
Yeah.
When you feel like you need to go out and do that thing, just do that. And because your body is calling you to do that. But of course, you balance that with your your faith, and that you pray, and then everything in balance. So hopefully, inshallah, that it will lead you to your journey of healing lah. And this thing takes time. It took me like a year, I think, like a year to finally be able to feel myself, feel full, feel so strong, 100%. Not easy. It's gonna get uncomfortable, but we embrace it, and we always move with grace, with kindness, and we embrace whatever that comes to us.
Agree. Choosing grace. Always be kind, no matter how tough it is, And then, like you mentioned, I think it's very important to listen to the body. And actually, yoga actually helps you to be a bit more sensitive to listening to your body. So, do try out a yoga session because it actually really helps you to not only understand your body, it also helps you to, in a way, get a bit more closer with your thoughts and your emotions as well. I only believe that the only way to move forward is to actually accept, is to actually embrace whatever that you are going through, and then it helps you to move forward. Whether you want to let go of it or find a solution to it, is always the hardest part, is actually that embracing and accepting how you are feeling at that moment.
Yes.
But if you go through that part, you actually accept that part, it's a bit more easier to actually move forward and move ahead.
I agree.
Is there anything else you want to share before we end our podcast?
Thank you for having me on your first episode.
Yes!
I'm so honored. Like, it's really an honor. And like, something that I said, like I told her this, I said like, I'm nobody here to even do this. And then she said this, but we can be somebody. And I said, I share and see that vision. I'm in 100%, whatever you need. Yeah, thank you, and I hope whatever that you want to do moving forward, I look forward to all your big plans and things.
Inshallah. Yeah, I would like to say a huge shout out, thank you to you also, because first podcast, I don't know why, but yeah, it went straight to her, and then I think Fai also suggested to do it with Amira, and I think it's a perfect choice because she kind of bring that vibe, like I'm cool to do podcasts. And she comes with experience actually. Compared to me, right? She comes with the experience to do public speaking and all. I don't.
I've never done any podcast.
No, but you do have that experience to actually, talk and share, Not everyone can do that actually, like me for example. But yeah, we made it, first podcast. Thank you so much for joining me to our Neon Echoes Between Breaths. Hopefully we have more episodes, more women joining us, more Amira also hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. So thank you.
You will.
Yes. Okay, done. The end, guys. How was it? Anything you want to add? Yes, man. One more time. That's how I talk. Yes. Okay, done. My normal voice memang very dia pernah telan mikrofon. Pernah telan mikrofon ni. Nak muntah. Okay, nervous. Okay, have you pressed her phone? Okay. Can I just say that welcome to... I look at her and say, I don't need to look at the camera, okay? Otherwise I will look very stupid. Okay.